I remember Peter Gunn. I don't remember that well. I remember Peter Gunn well. But Big Willie, I know, was getting money because every time he gets something new, the old man come run home. Big Willie was the first one that he knew that got that. And Eddie, they had the refrigerator with the water and the ice that came out.
Yeah.
I remember the old man said Eddie he seen something at Big Willie house. Next thing I know, 1 week now Eddie had the refrigerator with the ice and water. A week later we got it. Microwave oven.
Yeah.
Them niggas came home talking about Big Willie got this damn machine. You can put popcorn in it in 4 minutes. It's ready.
Big Willie was real. He was a slimy motherfucker. He would go back. He would backdoor you. You understand?
Was he?
Yeah, but we all liked him because we all growed up together. You understand?
Because he was always around.
I know he was around. You understand?
It's really, I'll be honest, when I remember as far as working like that, every night Joe Weaver would come because every night Joe
That was your daddy, man. That was his left arm. Joe Weaver.
Every night Joe Weaver would be at our house and he'd have to catch a cab back home. Really, just running around.
Yeah.
That's who he would be with.
That was his main man. That was your daddy, main man.
Joe Weaver. Reggie be around a lot.
Right, but them two
But Joe
was with your daddy 24/7. Yeah.
Joe Weaver was there.
He was the one, and they fucked around there and bought him a car. And he didn't even know how to drive, man, but that motherfucking Joe, man, you said, boy, that was some comical shit there.
I mean, really.
We had a
hell of a guy. Simple guys that got involved in some extraordinary shit.
Just like Ronald Hamilton. He was another one. He stayed at the house. Yeah. He was the one cleaning the cars up and shit. Ronald?
Yeah.
And making runs and stuff like that.
Yeah. But I'm sorry, but go ahead, you recorded anyway, it's fine. But you just explained to me, even as a kid, I was confused. I'd be like, why Joe Weaver have to catch a cab home every night? Even as a kid, I figured out money he couldn't drive.
He couldn't drive.
It just not made sense.
He couldn't read and write.
Man.
All he did was take pictures.
As a kid, I used to wonder. Why Joe Weaver have to call a cab every night? I know
all these cars around here,
these cars out here, and all the cars. I know he right with you.
Yeah. Now you know why. And I'm gonna talk about Paul Orr.
He was big for
me. Yeah, he was real big. You understand? He the one, you understand, that loaned me and Otis to get back in the box. With me and Otis had fell down, and he loaned me $50,000. Paul Orr. Paul had a brother-in-law by the name J.C. Rex. He was another person that was getting money back in the 70s. And Paul had a son named Shantae. He was a professional football player. You know, like I say, Paul family and my family was real close for years. And like I had mentioned about Paul, when talking about Otis. Paul, you understand, I ain't never seen a person, you understand, would roll the way he would. This nigga would be riding down the street. He didn't turn out no money. This nigga had 2 or 3 keys in his van, and he'd stop and sell a nigga a dime pack. Anybody tell you about how Paul was. He had the whole east side, you understand, sold up, you understand? And he was a good guy, too. And he had quite a few brothers that was getting money, too. Rodney, you understand, Daryl, Larry, and like I said, all of them, you understand, they was a real close family. And Paul, you understand, his name, you understand, on the east side was good. It was a good name, you understand. He helped people, you understand, but he wouldn't turn out no money. I ain't never seen nobody sit up in the house, leave the front door open, and with 2 or 3 keys on the table, and just like he had license, and niggas coming in and out. But that's just the way Paul, you understand, ran his business. And like I said, Paul, there was so many niggas that was on the east side getting money at that particular time. You know, a person wouldn't believe that kind of money was coming. You understand? Not just on the east side, but downtown and on the west side. But downtown was the main spot. I'm talking about for the amount of niggas that was getting money. Like some niggas, like guys like Ronald Holmes, Ron Seacrest, Superfly Ron, Al Finch. It's a whole lot of guys. Dodo, you know, and like I say, it's a whole lot of guys that was getting money down there. The Godfather, you understand? And I just can't think of all of them. Big Nose, and his son ended up started getting a lot of money. Lawrence and KK, little Lawrence and KK, those was his sons, and they was getting money, you know. And like I say, you can't name all the niggas that was getting money down there. And just mention some more. Memphis Slim. And then I want to get into another story. Butch Harris, him and Reno, he had his whole clique. Big Wimp, Muggs, all of them, you understand, used to hang out together, you understand. They was all, you understand, cool with Maurice Down, you know. And Adolph Ellerton, you know, he was a smooth guy back in the day too, you know. But like I say, man, it's another guy. New York Dave, you understand, I can name them all day long. And the guys that I'm naming is people that I know, not what nobody had told me, you know. So like I say, back in that day, you understand, man, money was around. It was plentiful. It really was.
What's up, family? It's your man, Courtney Robert Brown Jr. here in Dakar, Senegal. Yes, Big Boss is still in West Africa. We're going to be here for a few more days, and we're having an awesome time here, family. So, you know, we're hooking up with the brothers here at the Made in Africa Project. Just had a real positive meeting with the brother who owns a nightclub over here called Dream. He's doing some thing in the film industry, got some studios.
Atlantic
so
Ocean right there.
2021,
You know,
look forward
I've
to
been
some of Big
around
Boss's
the world.
first projects coming out of
this setting here, this
coming out of the motherland. So we are very excited about that. So anyway, you know, guys, with all that's been going on this year in 2020, we didn't really get a chance to do the 10-year anniversary that we wanted to do for this project, which is what started the whole thing, the whole reason why there's even a YouTube channel and why there was the award-winning documentary Motown Mafia, and all that came with that, and before all of this, the Kingpin's Kid Radio, and now Eddie Jr.'s channel. But this whole thing began 10 years ago. So this is the 10th anniversary of when this project began. It began with this book, Motown Mafia, Memoirs of a Kingpin's Kid. And so I know a lot of you guys, family, you actually know of me or Eddie Jr. or my old man or Fat Man's Legend. You know it through YouTube. Some of you may have seen the documentary, which by the way is available at BigBossFilmworks.com or on Amazon Prime, Tubi TV, or most of your streaming platforms. You can still get the award-winning documentary Motown Mafia. And it all began with this book. Shout out to Lou Stevens, my partner. You never see much of him because he's usually behind the camera, but he has been the backbone of Big Boss Filmworks since we started this thing. So shout out to you, brother Lou. But so as I was saying though, if you don't know how, the fact that why me and Eddie have been friends for, you know, all of our lives, Eddie Jr., how his dad and my dad have been friends for all of their lives. The real story on how Eddie Jackson Sr., the Fat Man himself, how he started and built that $1 million empire. You know, we've attempted to unpack it, but if you really want the story, the in-detailed story, you know, give the book a shout. It's also available on Kindle. It's also a history lesson, you know, like in chapter 1, let's just say in the beginning, you know, you get the whole background in chapter 1 of where Detroit was at in the 50s and 60s, the real story with Black Bottom. A feel of what Detroit was like in 1971, where the Detroit Tigers were doing, what the Pistons were doing, what was going on with the race relations in the city. And then the fact that that was the year that would change the course of the Fat Man's organization and everything. That was the year where he met the Gambino crime family. That was also the year where they had the raid on Hubble, which is still, I believe, standing the largest raid in narcotics history in the city of Detroit. So a lot of history, you know, in this book. And I just wanted to give a shout out. Who else? Michelle Moore, the Essence award-winning author, Hood Books, Say You Promise Enterprise, Say You Promise Publishing. Shout out to Michelle. She brought this home. You go, family. I'm not an author, so I put together the manuscript. Michelle Moore brought this project home. Anita Flanagan, the editor, Lou's auntie, you know, again. So shout out 10-year anniversary to the book and all the people who played a part in this thing, and it's just really cool, man. And now, you know, if you told us 10 years ago I might have said, yeah, I'll be in West Africa, but if you said 10 years ago, Courtney, you're gonna have a book road, and then the follow-up book, which we'll talk about a little bit later, you know, not the follow-up to this. Here's the follow-up, Motown Mafia, Big Man on Campus. But then, you know, we did come out with another book called Get Your Mind Right, Get Your Money Right, Getting Off Zero. And just where the idea started, man. People have been telling me my whole life that I had lived an interesting life and stuff I had seen. You know, working for my father, just growing up next to Eddie Jackson, seeing their whole rise, fall, and rise again, and now to be over here in Africa expanding, you know, this Filmworks thing and this content creation to the motherland, hooking up with some brothers. It's just a blessing, man. So we look forward. Want to say thank you again, though. If you don't know, not got the full in-depth story. 10-year anniversary, Motown Mafia. Memoirs of a Kingpin's Kid. Check it out. You can get it from our website, BigBossFilmworks.com. You can definitely get it from Amazon. And if you have not seen the award-winning documentary that followed up on that, you can definitely check that out on Amazon Prime. So, and Tubi TV, again, all the other ones. And the brothers here are taking good care of us in Senegal. So, good look, good shout out. Oh yeah, and with the 10-year anniversary, shout out to my man Al Prophet, what he's doing with American Dope out there. You know, Al has been very integral and just been a great assistance. We caught up with Al right when the book was coming out, and he's gone on to do some really big things. And yeah, shout out to Al Prophet, shout out to Cavario, shout out to what they're doing over at American Dope. It's all good. So I ain't gonna hold you guys up, but again, Big Boss Filmworks live, Dakar, Senegal, West Africa, 10-year anniversary book, Kingpin's Kid, Memoirs of a Kingpin's Kid, Motown Mafia. Thank you all. Appreciate your support. Love you guys. I'll let you, man. Peace.
I talked to Jap yesterday.
Did you talk to Jap yesterday?
I talked to Jap yesterday.
Uncle Jap doing? He was down there. He said,
stayed.
Remember from the movie, from the documentary, Jap was saying him and C. Dale was some of the first ones.
They was the first two, you understand, started selling out the joints. Sure was. What's happening, you understand, you tight motherfucker over there?
You called him just right. Huh?
That's all right.
You all right, man? I love you. I don't give a fuck how tight you. You still my man.
Been waiting on you, baby.
You all right?
What's been happening?
Man, everything all right. You know when I called you the other day, man, the reason why I called back.
Hey, call back.
No. Hey, hold on. Somebody want to talk to you, man. Courtney.
I ain't heard from you, man. What's up?
You know, I seen Philistine, though, Bobo at.
That was my woman.
She was asking about you.
That was my woman.
Up in Jean Place again.
That was my.
She cool with them. What up, Uncle Jap?
Oh, no, man. Oh,
You all right?
I'm waiting on that second shot.
Courtney Jr.
Oh, you getting it, huh?
Yeah, I'm going to get the second shot.
I gotta get the first.
Man, everything.
I gotta get the first.
You know, as you see, we still trying to keep it going.
Here's the joke.
We got to keep it going till we can get to that bag that the white folks need to
Ask
give
him when
us.
can you get with him?
You see, look at me. Look at me.
But I want to go a little bit more into the story, man. I know you got a lot of memories from the day, and not just on Eddie, but the whole scene from back then. When can we get together?
For you, anytime I got to 1 o'clock, any day after 1 o'clock.
You on the west side? Place from us then. Cause a store right over here.
About how many stories you got out there, sir?
I don't know, 4 or 5.
About 4 or 5?
So far, yeah.
She told me that he came by the store. That girl, Earl Lester, Eddie's daughter, Earl Lester.
Yeah.
She came by there and saw you and your daddy.
Let's try to do something this weekend, Jab.
Okay, let me see. Saturday, I might be kind of busy Saturday. Sunday, all right with you?
Sunday, yeah.
Give me a call.
All right, I'm gonna give you a call for sure.
Get my number from Butch.
I'm gonna do that. So look for me to hit you up after church hours on Sunday.
Yeah, that sounds good.
All right. Appreciate it. All right, you hear from me Sunday.
All right.
All right.